Hello friends, I am Doug Neill here with Michelle Jones. You no doubt know who Michelle is, Wayfinding founder and president. You probably don't know who I am, which is totally okay. We're going to talk just a tiny bit about that. Mostly though, we're going to talk about year 2, which is coming up for Wayfinding.
Jeez, yeah.
And specifically, I have 4 questions for Michelle to answer and 1 question for you guys. So be sure to stick around to the end of this video for that one. My first question for you, Michelle. Tell us the role that Chief Initiatives play here at Wayfinding.
Totally, yeah, it's a good question. And especially as we go into year 2. We've only tried this once before. I'd say we did a so-so job, kind of meh, on our first Chief Initiative. But I think we're pretty good shape to do a really good job on our second one. It's essentially the thing that keeps us all really focused on something. It gives us a shared language, it gives us a common thing that all of the members of the crew, and this time around, including the board and the faculty and the guides and the students, so it gives us all one thing to work towards together, to talk about together, and to keep our focus on for the entire year.
I like it. So with that kind of general overview of a Chief Initiative, tell us about the Chief Initiative for year 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this one, and we've already started doing it a little bit to see sort of
how
how
it
it
right
goes.
now,
We actually are doing it right now. This is true. Yeah, absolutely. We have chosen Chief Initiative to be show our work. Which is sort of a interesting, fun way to put together the word, the concept of show your work, which comes from a book by Austin Kleon, which actually you loaned me to read.
It's a good book.
And several people had recommended to me, and it is a good book. And the idea of showing our work. So one of the things that we did in the early days of Wayfinding, just because everything was new and exciting, and we wanted to tell the whole world, oh my gosh, this thing just happened today, was we were actually pretty good at showing our work. All the good things, all the bad things, all the things that were surprising, all the failures that we had, all the successes. And then we kind of got away from that a little bit over the past year. And so we're going back to the concept of showing our work and challenging students to show your work. So show your work is sort of this blended thing, which means we're going to turn the cameras towards us and make sure that all the things that are happening in and around Wayfinding, in the building, near the building, get told to the external world. That it's not just the stories that are happening inside and being repeated amongst us, but that everybody outside of the Wayfinding building also gets to be part of that story and part of that journey.
I like it. Question number 3.
Okay.
Tell us about the role of documentarian that I very luckily get to inhabit for a bit.
Yeah, so that's you. You are going to pretty much on a daily basis be following us around, capturing a little bit of footage. You're in the building all the time anyway.
This is true.
So like today, for example, we had our very, very final class session of year 1. Our students had the very, very last class. And as part of that class, they ratified their student governance charter, which they're calling Charlie. They're hilarious.
Charlie the Charter.
Charlie the Charter.
Everybody say Charlie!
Charlie! And so you came up and you captured that.
I have an office in the basement, by the way. I don't just live down there, so it's not weird. I don't think that I'm down there.
I mean, that's up to you. Whatever. We don't mind it if you don't mind it.
No, I don't.
So it's actually pretty easy to say, hey Doug, this thing's happening in a little while. You mind coming up and capturing it? And so we did. So we're going to do that kind of thing often. So anytime there's some sort of a moment, but also times when there's not moments. When it's just like the boring, everyday, day-to-day stuff, like Biaga being on his computer doing spreadsheet stuff, we're going to try to show that work as well. So all the exciting moments, like ratifying the charter, and all of the boring moments, and the successes and the failures, and kind of all of it. So your role as documentarian for this time is to capture the Wayfinding story in a way that we can share that outside of this building, which will be really good because we have a lot of fans and followers and friends who are all over the place and can't come here in person and actually see and feel what it's like to be here. So that's part of our goal too, is that as documentarian, Doug's going to get to help other people who are not here feel what it's like to be here.
Yeah, and I think you've already alluded to the response to my fourth question.
That's
It's as if you knew what these questions were going to be beforehand.
You warned me.
I did. That fourth question is, what does success look like for this specific chief initiative over year 2?
Yeah.
Summarize that again.
Well, yeah, so I feel like at the end of the year we will know we're successful if we have people feeling like they've been part of the journey with us and they know who all the people are. Not
Right.
I mean, you know, they'll be able to hear the name of, you know, Elizabeth, and they know what Elizabeth looks like, and they can remember a few stories about Elizabeth that they saw over the year, for example. And if we have more people who are engaged in the story and engaged with what we're doing. We have a small group of really highly engaged people, but we want more people to be highly engaged. Because what we're doing here has not ever been done before. Starting a college from scratch is brand new, and we're the only college of our type in the entire country. The only 2-year nonprofit degree granting college. So it's pretty interesting, it's pretty epic, and we want more people to come in this journey with us. Because we all do better together.
That we do. Nice responses to those 4 questions. Thank you for answering. Now it's the question for you all. There's a lot that we have to figure out about this whole process of showing your work, and it's exciting. We're going to learn as we go. But what we would love to hear from you all is what questions you have about what's going on here at Wayfinding. What do you want to see more of in terms of behind the scenes of like what it takes to start a college from scratch, what the students are up to, what they're doing now, what they are thinking about doing next, when a year from now,
1 year from now,
the first cohort will graduate from Wayfinding.
Yeah.
So we'd love to hear from you. Let us know, thankfully, via the internet and the fact that we get to record this video, share it with you all, and you get to engage with it as well. Drop some questions in the comments below, letting us know what you think of this whole idea of showing your work and what type of work you might like to see.
Can it be
Anything
like
else to add?
tiny things? It can be like giant things, like I want to know what it's the day in the life of a student, but they might also want to know like, hey, what's in your kitchen cabinets?
Yes.
Like, it could be big things or
really
small
like
things,
both,
right?
actually.
Yeah, okay.
Because like I think some of the specifics are what make it most interesting. To be like, oh, that's what the kitchen looks like. That's what's in the fridge right now on a random Friday afternoon.
There's actually some good stuff in there right
everything
now.
in between.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah, I saw that. Might have to steal some of that.
Yeah, it's all, you know, if it's on the shared shelf, we have a shared shelf. If it's on the shared shelf, have at it.
Cool, we'll do. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle, for chatting.
Thank you, Doug. And thank you for being a documentarian.
I'm super excited about this role.
This is going to be fun. We're going to learn as we go.
Yeah, we are. We are. Thank you for watching. Drop some comments. We'll see you next time.